I look kind of good like this. Hi, it's Austin Ashburn, host of Stand Idol, and tonight is the top 5 performance round, where our contestants will be battling for a spot in the grand finale. We have a total of 9 performances to get through. Each contestant is performing twice tonight, but Taja decided to do a little medley, so her 2 performances will be put together. The 2 themes for tonight are pandemic songs, songs that were released during this pandemic, and the other one is songs during the year you were born. Now let's kick it off with Miss Brielle.
Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think... Hold on. Can I restart? There's like a huge bug in my throat. And it literally, I'm like trying to push through it and it's not. Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within. And then they're before, but that life's so poor, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got it, you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, at first, whenever you had the bug in your throat, you said, I was like, what is she doing? I was like, why did she pick this song? Because it was literally like, but then once you cleared your throat, it like made sense because you were hitting all the notes. And honestly, it was probably one of my favorite performances from you, if not my favorite performance from you.
I was trying really hard not to laugh during the first part because I noticed it and I was like, oh, she's going there. But I'm glad you caught yourself, you started over because the second performance was a lot better. I think the chorus, you were eating that one up.
Just like besties, Gabe and Aaron, I was very concerned when you first started. I was like, not she chose an Alicia Keys song just to bomb it. I was so afraid. And they always blame me for laughing, so I was not even about to look at them. And then you restarted and I was like, okay, this was a good choice after all. Because I feel like choosing someone like Alicia Keys is very risky. But fortunately, you were able to pull it off when you were going the second time. And I agree with Gabe that this was definitely one of my favorite performances.
To vote for Brie, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Brie or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Brie.
Salt air and the rust on your door. I never needed anything more. Whispers of are you sure? Never have I ever before, but I can see it's lost in the memory. I just slipped away into a moment of time, cause it was never mine. And I can see it's twisted in bed sheets. I just slipped away like a bottle of wine, cause you were never mine. You're back beneath the sun, wishing I could write my name on it. Will you call when you're back in school? I remember thinking I had you, but I can see it's lost in the memory. I just slipped away to a moment of time, 'cause it was never mine. Won't make my breath. And I can see it's twisted in bed sheets. I just slipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. Ah. Back when we were still changing for the better, wanting was enough. For me, it was enough to live for the hope of it all. Cancel plans just in case you call. Say, meet me behind the mall. So much for summer love and saying us, 'cause you were mine. You were mine to lose. Oh. But I see it's lost in the memory. I just slipped away to a moment of time, 'cause it was never mine. And I can see it's twisted in bed sheets. I just slipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. 'Cause you were never mine. Never mine. But do you remember? Remember when I pulled up and said, get in the car, and then cancel my plans just in case you come. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all. Meet me behind the mall and said, get in the car, just in case you come. For the hope of it all, for the hope of it all. Meet me, remember when I pulled up and said, get in the car, and cancel my plans just in case you come. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, 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 for the hope of it all.
I have to say that I was surprised by you choosing Taylor Swift for some reason. I don't think
Yeah, me too.
that was not something that I expected at all. So I know Austin said in the chat, like right before he started, he was like, this is giving folklore Evermore vibes.
Yeah.
I was like, so true. And then he started and I was like,
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the belts we can never hear, because we see you get into it, you're passionate about it, but it's always mute on our end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked like you were right there. Like it was giving me Brave vibes. Like you were
Not Meredith.
really in that forest. The walk away looked like you were going into the space. You were disappearing. I really love this backdrop.
Yeah, so I have mixed feelings about this performance. I agree with my judges that I loved the setup. I thought it was so funny whenever you started to like walk away and like fade into the background. I honestly thought your vocals were stronger than they usually are. Like I love the little, I've never heard the song either, but the little like I like that part.
To vote for Josh, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Josh or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Josh.
But it's better when we're on the same. Now I believe in miracles, and a miracle is happening tonight. But if you think about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. They put my message in the Saturday Sun. I had to tell them I ain't second to none.
and I told him about equality. If it's true, you're either right or you're wrong. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. You fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet ass pussy. Now get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet ass pussy. I say you wah, wah, wah. That's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass pussy, bitch. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
That was amazing. That was amazing, Taja. First, I just want to say that I loved the Black and White Chopped and Screwed remix. It was very interesting to listen to. I was like, yeah, just on a journey the entire time. And then whenever it actually started to turn into the remix and WAP started playing, I was like, wow, her mind is just, it's just incredible.
I think that this performance made me think of you like a lot differently than I was before. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Before, I liked your performances, but there wasn't one that was like super notable in my mind. But this one is definitely my favorite performance from you. And I think that you always come in, you just remind me of like a sunflower. You're such like a bright person. And yeah, I love it, Erin.
Thank you, Molly.
Technology was definitely on your side in a weird way. Like all of the chaotic things that we were hearing really benefited the moment where you actually put in that remix in from Black or White to WAP. Like I thought that even more was happening. I'm like, oh my god, we might have to stop her. But then it was like you actually transitioning, and I mean, I absolutely love that.
To vote for Taja, you can either vote on the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Taja or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Taja.
Boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky. The flight that you were my babe. But I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, I know that one of these days we gon' hook it up, I'll be top on the phone. But see, I don't know if that's good. I've been holding back this secret from you. I probably shouldn't tell you that inside. And you know, you can't tell nobody. I'm talking about nobody. Are you responsible? Oh my gosh, no bad. Cause I'm not just anybody. Is it my goal? Is it your goal? Sometimes I'm good at good. I know I'm not it. Say yes and say no. Cause I need somebody. Tell me you love somebody. Oh, won't you pick me up by the block right now? Up the block now. Everybody sleep. I wait and there with my tips, my loan, my hats, just so I'm low key. If you tell the world, oh boy, oh my god. Okay. If I let this go, you can't tell nobody. I'm talking about nobody. I hope you're responsible. Oh yeah, gosh, no bad, cause I'm not just anybody. Is it my goal? Is it your goal? Sometimes I'm good at good. I know I'm not it. Say yes or say no. Cause I need somebody. Tell me you love somebody.
You're holding those notes. I mean, yeah, we heard you mess up, but like I was like, who cares? Like, keep going. I was just really enjoying this performance, and I mean, we haven't heard the other one yet, but for me personally, so far, out of everyone we've heard so far, this is my favorite of all the performances.
This is definitely my favorite performance so far, and so far, probably one of my favorite performances out of the whole competition, because I think that you are just like so good. Like you're so good at singing. And this is a song that fits you really well. And I can tell that you're really comfortable in and enjoy.
I think also it was just a really smart song choice. Like it's a song that a lot of people know. It suited your voice well, and yeah, I think that's like what you need at this point in this competition. So good job, Esther.
To vote for Esther, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Esther or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Esther.
I always knew that you existed, no one listened. How come when you drove by, you ain't stopped to visit? My mom and dad said they first met under the moonlight. I didn't buy the cover story, it ain't feel right. 'Cause I belong in space, floating with debris. Something about this place never did feel right to me. Counting the stars, it all felt so far, but it always felt like home to me. What took you so long? I thought that I was wrong, but now they'll all see. They're all gonna see. That's where I'm meant to be now. They're all gonna see. It's where I'm meant to be.
You were more experimental with your voice in this one, which is like what I was hoping for. Like I didn't feel like you were just singing the same the entire time. And so I appreciated hearing you kind of switch up with your voice, going higher, going lower, kind of talk singing and then like singing. I thought it was just more enjoyable.
Yeah, so Henry, I will say you did take our advice a little bit because we said for you to switch it up, and I will say that the vocal arrangement in that song was a switch up, but the vibe was not for me. But I think it's great that you know like who you are as an artist and like what suits your voice and like what type of songs you like to play.
I know that we all joke around a lot with Henry, but I.
We were joking.
But I actually enjoyed this performance so much that it made me want to listen to her song. So
Yay.
maybe I'll do that. But I think that this is my favorite performance from you next to the Harry Styles performance. Those were probably my two favorites. And I specifically really liked when your voice went lower. I feel like that was so nice and added a lot to the song. So I really enjoyed it, bestie.
To vote for Henry, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Henry or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Henry.
We can call it tragic after everything we've been through, but I think we were healing, even though we didn't mean to. We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I would never blame you. Yeah, I just want to thank you. I'm a problem solver, 'cause I always used to be a problem. Learned to get back up when I felt like I had fallen too far. Since I was a kid, been like this. Learned to throw a punch, learned to take a hit. And I'm still the way I was, I haven't changed a bit. Since I was a kid, been like this. Looking at the world, rose-colored glasses. And I'm still the way I was, I haven't changed a bit. Oh, since I was a kid, oh, we could call it tragic for a million different reasons. Yeah, we could call it tragic, or we could call it even.
I prefer this one over the first one 100%. I know I had some complaints in the first song, but this one I have zero. I absolutely enjoyed this performance. I think this song suited your voice so well. Your voice adds so much flavor to that instrumental, and like the little falsetto moments. Oh, love those. Yeah, I really enjoyed this performance a lot. And I want to say this might be my favorite from you.
I don't really prefer one over the other because I think that they were both so good and I don't really want to take away from either. And I think I love specifically the second, like super high note. I feel like that was so good, so crisp. We've done so many performances now, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of getting burnt out and they don't know what to do. But you proved that you're not having a problem with that at all.
Like Randy Jackson would say, Brie is in it to win it, guys. She's in it to win it. Woohoo!
Yes!
To vote for Brie, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Brie or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Brie.
It's 12 past midnight. Don't close your eyes. Your souls have a life, and I'll be by your side. I've come to take you there, show you how to care, just to be aware that you'll have to share. I want your love. I want it tonight. I'm taking your heart, so don't you fight. I'll be your answer. I'll be your wish. I'll be your fantasy, your favorite dish. From the back to the middle and around again, I'm gonna be there to the very end. 100% pure love. From the back to the middle and around again, from the back to the around again. 100% pure love.
I loved this performance. I think it was the perfect performance that you needed to come back after that last performance. Great song choice. My only critique is I wish we could have seen your dancing a little more because it kind of like faded out a little bit.
I forgot to turn my camera back down before I started.
I enjoyed this performance a lot more than the last one. You were dancing, you were having a good time. I love this backdrop.
I do feel like this performance was more true to you and more like your taste. And I think that's why it's overall more enjoyable because we can all tell that you're a lot more into it.
To vote for Josh, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Josh or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Josh.
Is your favorite color blue? Cause you're something like my crib tonight. I think I want you to maybe meet me at my crib tonight. I think that I want it. Let's go get it down on the floor. For I wanna be your friend. You can keep. F-U-C-K, yeah, friend you can keep. Friend you can keep. I've been chasing the moon and the stars. I've been trying to be where you are. Could it be that I'm searching too far? I wish you'd come and find me. Won't you come and find me? Cause I'm down when you far away, yeah. When you're gone, I don't sleep for days, yeah. I've been stuck in the darkest stages. Can't you see what I'm trying to say? I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. You're my missing piece, I don't wanna live without you. You're my missing piece, I don't feel at home without you. 'cause I'm nothing without you. I've been running away from the sun. A girl obsessed when it's all said and done. 'Cause they can tell me you're not the one. So baby, come and find me. You need to come and find me. 'Cause I'm down when you're far away, yeah. When you're gone, I don't sleep for days, yeah. I've been stuck in the darkest stages. Can't you see what I'm trying to say? I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. Yeah. You're my missing piece, I don't wanna live without you. You're my missing piece, I don't feel at home without you. 'Cause I'm nothing without you. I've been chasing the moon, chasing the moon, chasing the moon in the skies. 'Cause I'm trying to be where, trying to be where, trying to be where you are. Chasing the moon, chasing the moon, chasing the moon in the stars. I think it'd be
And
too long.
Twisted, you're really sick for this one. This was so good.
The second song, Nothing Without You, right? That's the name of it. I have to say specifically, I think that that's my favorite performance out of anyone, like in this competition, because I could literally listen to you singing that song on loop for like 60 hours. Like they have those YouTube compilations. Like it was that good to me. And I just felt like so at peace. I didn't have to like worry if you're gonna hit a note or whatever, because you were so good. And I feel like that specific style of music just fits you so well, and you've really found something that works for you.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably my favorite or one of my favorite performances of the whole competition. I think you chose a song with your lower register specifically for me, so thank you for that because I know you have but yeah, like I just felt myself like kind of drifting off, and like that was a good thing. Like it wasn't because I was bored, but it was because I was like into the music. Like I was starting to think about my ex. I was like, stop, stop, stop. Yeah, like I don't know, Esther, you really came out swinging tonight, and I enjoyed both of these performances.
I absolutely loved your performance. You ate that song up. I mean, the song itself, like Gabe says, it's a song that makes you kind of drift off. And I feel like you executed that so well, where you're gonna want to listen to it a million times over and over and over and over.
To vote for Esther, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Esther or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Esther.
Okay. Now that you're out in my life, I'm so much better. You thought that I'd be weak without you, but I'm stronger. Thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer. Thought that I'd be sad without you. Well, I thought I wouldn't grow without you. Now I'm wiser. Thought that I'd be helpless without you, but I'm smarter. Thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. Thought I wouldn't sell without you, so not million. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving.
Is it just me or is anybody else a little turned on? Anybody else? Cause that was a little sexy.
Gabe, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm just a little hot and bothered right now. That was so cute. What?
I was honestly a little nervous because like this is when I say that this song like literally means the world to me, and like you had to bring it or I was gonna like be very hateful towards you. Like I mean that. but I enjoyed this performance. It was really cute. You were bopping along to it. You know, trying to get into the groove.
Like they said, I really like that this was completely different, like genre and energy wise than you've done any of your other songs. I feel like your other setup, you know, you're just like playing your guitar, you're singing sort of like a slower, usually like sad song that you could probably listen to like while like looking at the stars. I don't know. But this one makes you want to get up and just dance because everyone loves that song, I think. And I think that that's also what makes it kind of risky because since everyone knows and likes the song, you have a lot of room to screw it up. And you manage to not do that, which is really good. And I think that this is your best performance.
To vote for Henry, you can either vote in the YouTube comments with hashtag Team Henry or on the Patreon with hashtag Team Henry. And that wraps up our top 5 performances. Remember to tune in to the live elimination Saturday night. There's only one day to vote, and you can tune in to the live elimination at 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.